Ch5, an excellent student. Jack froze. Basho stepped forward. When the two samurai saw him, they bowed. "Good afternoon, master," one said. "Good afternoon," said Basho. "These are my students, Kodo and Baku. I am afraid they left their passports at home today." "They are your students?" said the samurai with the scar. "Yes, excellent students," said Basho. "They have much natural talent." The two samurais looked at Jack and Annie with interest. "Will you share your talent with us?" one asked, smiling. "What talent?" Jack wondered frantically. "Some samurai warrior talent?" Basho saw Jack's confusion. Perhaps would you each recite one of your poems," he said. "One of our poems?" Jack squeaked. "What kind of samurai talent is that?" he wondered. "Do samurai warriors have to know poems?" "Sure," said Annie. "Here's a poem." She took a deep breath and then recited. "Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky." The samurai with the scar nodded. "Very good, Kodo," he said. "The little star twinkles like a diamond." The other samurai closed his eyes as if he oh no, my paper. As if he were seeing the star. "Yes, yes, very good," he said. "A sparkling diamond high above the world. Excellent." Both samurai then turned to Jack. "And you, Baku?" one said. Jack stared at them. Jack stared at them. He couldn't remember any poem, not even a nursery rhyme. A poem, right?" said Jack. Let's see. Okay." He took a deep breath and said, "I love Japan. Oh man, I really love Japan. The land of Japan is so cool." Sounds like a poem I would have written. Jack bit his lip. He knew his poem was bad. He glanced at Annie. She looked as if she were trying not to laugh. The dark-eyed samurai turned to Basho. "An excellent student," he said. Basho nodded. "Well, yes, Baku has a special talent. He needs work, but the talent is there." The samurai frowned. "You say he left his passport at home, Master Basho. Where is his home?" Just then, the drumbeat started again. The samurai turned to look. A new sumo match was beginning. The two samurai moved closer to the ring to get a better look. Basho turned to Jack and Annie. "We should leave now," he said calmly. "I will take you to my home where you will be safe." Jack, Annie, and Basho quickly left the sumo crowd and blended in with shoppers walking down a busy street. Peddlers carried long poles over their shoulders with baskets swinging on the ends. They shouted about their wares: shoes and socks, cakes and pastries, ropes and twine. One woman had a large box strapped to her back. "Books, books," she shouted. "No, thank you," said Jack. He loved books, but he kept going. He was afraid the samurai might show up again at any moment. A boy carried bird cages and shouted, "Birds, birds." Suddenly, Jack felt a hand on his shoulder. He nearly had a heart attack, but it was just Basho. "I live that way," said Basho, pointing. "Over there, over the bridge." Jack and Annie walked with Basho over a small, narrow bridge that crossed a canal. Basho led them past the temple, then past small bamboo houses with chickens in their yards. Little children were spinning tops on the dusty ground. One called out, "Hello, Master Basho." Basho smiled and waved. Then Jack and Annie walked with Basho along the dirt path bordering the river. Tall pine trees line the riverbank. A dry A dry wind blew leaves and pine needles into the shallows. Jack started to breathe more easily. He felt safer now. The trail grew more narrow. The sun slipped behind the tops of the trees. Jack was eager to get to Bashaw's castle. He looked for a steep roof and high stone walls, like the castles of the samurai. Through the deepening shadows of twilight, Basho led them to a clearing not far from the river. At the center of the clearing was a pond overgrown with weeds. On the far side of the pond, moss-covered stones led to the door of a tiny hut. The hut was made of bamboo and had a roof of wood shingles. Next to the small hut was a large plant with droopy green leaves. "Welcome to my castle," said Basho.